Hey, what's good, brothers? Let me hip you out of something right now. Going down on women is beta as hell. There's no other way around it. There's nothing else I can say about it. When you think about the fact that your desire to please a woman causes you to forego proven scientific information about what that part of her body does and how it performs in its effort to cleanse itself and several other things, it's a travesty that you men still feel like pleasing her is worth ignoring all of that information. Man, we about to dive deep into this thing. No pun intended. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, what I do want you men to understand is this. I'm not saying that a woman being pleased during a sexual encounter with you is a bad thing. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that no matter what kind of pleasure you think a woman deserves, there has to be some limitation to what you're willing to do in order to please her. There has to be some line you're not willing to cross. But from what I see, you men are willing to cross any line. There is no line that you men won't cross. There is no step that you men won't take. There is no part of her body that you men won't put your mouths on. And I'm telling you like this, man, unless you are perfectly aware of the existence of her virginity, I don't understand how you can wrap your mind around that. And even under those circumstances, there is certain places your mouth just shouldn't go. You shouldn't be eating any woman's booty like grocery. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I buy grocery all the time. There's not many things that I eat, but the things I do eat, I buy them all the time. And I'll be honest with you, none of those things put me in the mindset of booty. So when you say eat a booty like groceries, come on, man. How do you even, let's break this down scientifically. When you buy grocery, you prepare it, you eat it. It goes in as raw food. It goes in, I mean, unless you're eating meat, but it goes in as whole food. It goes in, your body uses what it can use, and then it gets rid of the excrement that it absolutely cannot use in any way. The body's a fairly efficient machine, but when it can't use something, it absolutely can't use it. There's no use for it. It is waste, it is garbage, it is trash. Well, guess where that comes from? It comes from the booty that you're eating like groceries. Now, you may say, well, wait a minute, man. What if I don't eat a booty like groceries? What if I go down on her in the traditional manner? Well, I'm going to tell you, there's about this much space separating that from the booty that you eat like groceries. Now, I know women take care of themselves. There are some women out here who are very much on top of their hygiene, very much on top of their sanitation, or making sure that they stay sanitary. But that's just too close for comfort for me. I just don't understand why a man views something that bleeds monthly as food. I just don't understand why a man views something that self-cleanses. You know what self-cleaning means? It means that there is filth here and we need to get rid of it. There is something that self-cleanses itself, and you believe that you, even though you don't know if you're caught up in the process of it self-cleaning itself, that you should put your mouth there to be a receptacle for whatever waste is coming out of that. The bottom line is this. When you talk about turning a woman on and Niagara Falls and all that, brother, that is mucus. And the body only creates one kind of mucus. The same kind of mucus that brings boogers out of your nose. It's the same kind of mucus that lubricates her vaginal orifice, brothers. I'm telling you what I know, man. I'm telling you what you know, but you have chosen to mentally forego. There is no great conclusion to any of this, brother. How important is it to you to make a woman feel good? Obviously, it's more important than taking a unnecessary health risk, than putting your mouth somewhere where, and there are guys who don't eat pork. You don't eat pork, but you go down on a woman. You don't eat seafood, but you go down on a woman. Some guys don't even eat meat. You're vegan, but you go down on a woman. Come on, man. And this is the thing. I say going down on a woman because you're not necessarily eating. When you eat something, you put it in your mouth, you chew it, you swallow it. That's what eating is. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is allowing your mouth to be used as a pleasure tool by a woman. Now I know somebody gonna come in here and say, probably some beta male simp mangina, come in and say, well, men like women, men want women to use, their mouth to please them. But there's a difference, a huge difference. Until she works hard enough to get to the creamy center, or at least close, there's nothing coming out. When you're down there as a man, there's something constantly coming out. It's constantly flooding, constantly flowing, constantly coming into your mouth, man, like you're drinking a soda. I don't drink sodas, and I sure ain't finna drink no mucus. Listen, man, you're like a little kid who's sitting outside in the wintertime with his nose all snotty, and instead of going in the house and wiping his nose, he just got snot running in his mouth to keep doing this. Let's keep eating the snot. That's the equivalent of what you're doing. Now, how nasty would that be to you? What's the difference in what you're doing? At least that kid is eating his own snot. You're eating the snot out of a woman, bro. I want you to think about that. So even if she has a yeast infection, you know what you're doing? You're right down there, lapping it right on up. Oh, yeasty mouth dude. No matter what's going on, you're down there. Man, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. There is absolutely no reason that a man should think that's a good thing to do. Man, let me tell you something, man. I'm not putting my mouth on no chick down there, bro. I'm not going down on no woman. It don't matter how bad she is. It don't matter how cold she is. This is the real problem. What about a woman makes you want to do that? Because she looks good. She looks so good that you want to put your mouth on her. I understand she looks so good that you want to get intimate with her. I understand she looks so good that you want to see what she feels like, see if she feels as good as she looks. But what about, see, this is one of the differences between a beta male simp mangina and an alpha male. When I see a beautiful woman, she's right in front of me, and she's coming out of her clothes, man, doing a real strong strip tease for me, giving me a strip show, man. And I'm sitting there, man, and I'm bricked up, man, and I'm like, man, I'm finna knock the knobs off her. At no point do I say, oh, she looks good enough to eat. I eat food, dog. She could prepare me a meal, and I'll say, man, that looks good enough. I'm about to tear that up. But never do I view a woman as food. Never do I view a woman as my favorite beverage. What about her body makes you want to put your mouth on it in that way? Nothing except your desire to please her. And it's become so strong that pleasing her turns you on. I want to say that again. Pleasing her turns you on. Pleasing her makes you feel accomplished. And I know some brother gonna come in here and say, well, man, if you don't go down on your woman, I'll take her. You can have her. If you think you can get her just because you go down on her, man, you're a fool. She'll let you go down on her, and I'm okay with that. The more you go down on her, the less she has an issue with the fact that I won't. The less she desires it. Hey, man, if there's some beta male simp mangina who will just get with my woman, man, and go down on her, man, whenever she needs that, man, then I'm perfectly fine with that, bro. Because I'm going to be honest with you. There's a chance that a woman won't have sex with you if you don't go down on her. There's a chance. But there's an even greater chance that a woman won't give you sex if you go down on her. If you're a guy who puts yourself out there as just this oral sex phenom or this oral sex sensei, guess what? You're going to be able to have a whole lot of oral sex with a whole bunch of women. They're going to line up for you to show them how well you do your job. But I guarantee you that there's a chance that a lot of those women won't view you as the type of man that they want to be intimate with. There's a difference in going down on a woman and breaking her back. And very few men, no matter how much you think you do, very few men blend those two things well enough to not be viewed as a lesser man than a man who doesn't go down on a woman, but does break her back. That's just the bottom line. There's a level of superiority that a woman feels when she's looking down at the top of your head, squeezing her thighs on the side of your head, or holding your head in place where you can't even move, forcing you to stay there. You can't hardly breathe. And you sit here patting yourself on the back because a woman's forcing your head down there where you can't even move, locking your head in there. You can't hardly breathe and doing whatever she want to do, man. I'm not going to go any further into that because I think you get the gist of it by now. I'm alpha, bruh. I ain't going down on no woman. I refuse to. And if that's what she needs in order for her to get with me, see you later, shawty. Sayonara. Y'all comment down below. Let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.